We are in a bear market, yet Bitcoin pumped. Do you want to learn about the reasons why Bitcoin pumped so you don't miss the
You do not want to miss it.
major news and fundamentals that pump Bitcoin price? Stay with me. Let me take you for a ride. Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency by market cap, dropped from a price of $21,000 to $15,500 in the space of 4 days in November due to both technical and fundamental factors. The market met the August resistance where it couldn't break through the resistance. And when this happens in technical analysis where a price is rejected by a resistance area, selling is inevitable. Other important fundamentals were also present as the catalyst that catalyzed the move. The most important one is the U.S. Federal Reserve's chairperson being hawkish about the economic outlook, which led to the crash of both stocks and cryptocurrency. The second catalyst was the filing for bankruptcy by FTX exchange.
Ether dropped around 4% as well, and Solana dropped 6%. That recent trend of stability in crypto markets is all but gone. In the past week,
or hawkish in his press release, and it will have a significant effect on Bitcoin price. I will talk more about being dovish later in the video. Besides all these meltdowns, Bitcoin still got the strength to pump some 8% today. Several factors accumulate in the pump, and we have to delve deeper into them. First, let's tackle the technical factors. After the massive drop in November, Bitcoin accumulated for almost a week to gain some strength. It was able to break the major resistance formed after the massive drop. This allowed the Bitcoin bulls to capitalize on the Bitcoin strength. Price retested the major resistance level, which was broken and now turned support, and the market accumulated for almost 2 weeks while investors were patiently waiting to buy at the right price and time. It's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. Warren Buffett. In technical analysis terms, the market was accumulating strength for the next leg up. The bulls then took advantage of the strength gathered to push the market high since there were other fundamental catalysts in place. Fundamental analysis is really good to know, but which of them really affect the price of Bitcoin? I will talk more about the important fundamentals to Bitcoin later in the video. The rising rate of U.S. currency inflation is another factor contributing to Bitcoin's rise. While inflation is typically 2% per year in the U.S., recent stimulus expenditure during the pandemic has significantly raised the rate of inflation and reduced the purchasing power of the dollar. With the stimulus plans, the U.S. economy grew by about $2.4 trillion. Many are concerned about the ensuing rise in inflation and inevitably declining purchasing power of the dollar as a result. Many people have withdrawn from the dollar and sought refuge in assets that have historically retained their value or even increased in value as a hedge against this rising inflation. Having $100 today, which can buy one sneaker, and after 5 months inflation goes to 3%, meaning you can't buy the same sneaker with your $100. But if it was put into assets like Bitcoin or bonds, it will yield interest which can help buy the sneaker, and there may still be change left.
Interesting.
Are those that consumers convert their funds into to escape inflation markets. Subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon so you don't miss any of our insightful posts on inflation analysis in the future. When the US dollar is genuinely slowing down, Bitcoin performs nicely. The value of the US dollar index and Bitcoin are inversely correlated. It suggests that a high Bitcoin price will follow a decline in the value of the dollar. The U.S. Federal Reserve recently released economic data that showed the economy is slowing down. Fed Chair Jerome Powell has been dovish in most of his talks. Due to this, both the U.S. economy and the dollar index, which is the weighted average strength of the U.S., slowed down. This has contributed to the tremendous gains of both stocks and Bitcoin. The Consumer Price Index, CPI, announced this week was worse than anticipated. Imagine bragging to Mayweather that you will beat him in a one-on-one versus match, and you come to the boxing ring injured. He will knock you out with just one blow to your face, which provided Bitcoin bulls more confidence to drive the price of Bitcoin higher and cause the current Bitcoin pump. Also, crypto investors are now gaining confidence in the crypto exchanges since there's speculation that the crypto ecosystem will be regulated to provide investor protection. Also, the trial of FTX CEO is serving as a deterrent to exchanges who plan on defrauding their customers. This consequently led to Binance CEO tweeting that they have to be fair to their investors by providing proof of reserve, which others argue should come with proof of liabilities to provide more transparency. Proof of reserves is a good start, but it needs to be coupled with proof of liabilities in order to be useful. Edmund Gunsirer. If there are any other things I didn't talk about, put them in the comment section and I will attend to all of them. As there is a speculation that crypto will be regulated, investors will gain more confidence in the market and trade. As a trader, you need something that can make you profitable. Check out the following video on how Lux Algo Smart Money Concept Indicator can make you profitable.